Nega, 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 neg, neg. So you decided to make this video, and here's why the fuck you shouldn't have. Hello everybody, today I'm here with a story time. I thought that I was gonna wait until after the new year to re-upload again because I've kind of been on a life break. But I guess I was scrolling through my phone and found some stuff and decided, hey, I should really talk about the stuff that I really shouldn't fucking talk about because damn are we airing out the skeletons. I also got a message the other day. I've gotten a few messages that I should make story times because apparently my life is interesting enough according to people. Which I'm not sure if it's necessarily the case, and I never really thought that I would make story times, but now I'm thinking maybe I just should say fuck it and make story times. Every time I think of story times, I think of Tana Mongoose. I think of Tana Mungo.
Mongo, smells like dongo.
And I get kind of like an icky feeling. So yeah, I never really thought that I would be down to make story times, but I've done it maybe once or twice before on this channel, and I guess I can do it a few more times. My mom just texted me. I want to make a YouTube channel called Bed Talk. Okay girl, today we're talking about how my archery ex-girlfriend used another girl in my class as target practice. Now this is a college story. A story from my college that took place about maybe 2 years ago? I don't want to say that it was that long ago, but it might have fucking been that long ago. Be glancing at my phone for reference as I don't have a script today, but I do have kind of the story loosely here. We're just gonna jump right into this. And I want to let you know that one of the characters that we will be talking about today might be once again revisited in another story time. And hopefully she doesn't lurk or watch any of my videos, because if that is the case, then she will find me and most likely murder me. This story follows a young potato in around January, February, March, February. We're gonna say this was around February of 2000, I will tell you right now, 2018. So in February of 2018, I had a girlfriend that I loved very, very much. I was kind of obsessed with her. I've mentioned her a few times on this channel. We had a long distance relationship and things were looking up for me for once in my godforsaken fucking life. She loved me, I loved her, we were supposed to meet in the fall. Things were great. Oh, I need my LaCroix. My mom is screaming on the fucking phone. For what reason? Ma, you knew I was recording, mother. Oh god, I messed up. I lost the message. Well, I did just read it, so hopefully I'll just remember it off the top of my head. Basically, I was a young student at Full Sail University. Very handsome in my prime. In my math class for the first time, the same math class that I would fail about 2 or 3 times. Really rough time in my life, really rough point. Had a girlfriend, things were looking great for me. Oh god, what is wrong? But there was a girl in my class. The girl was, to put it lightly, a fucking psychopath. We started off as just, oh god, no, I have to backtrack. We had met probably a week earlier. I remember the exact day because it was the same day that I went to go see Tyler the Creator for the first time in my life, and the last time in my life. I was promoting my comic Boredom, and I had all of these flyers that I was giving out to people at this event they have at Full Sail called Hall of Fame. Basically where they have activities for the students. It's like a week or so, and then alumni come and talk at seminars. It's kind of cool. Of course, while everyone was gathered, I decided to hand out the flyers that I had printed to promote my comic Boredom. And there was a flyer I handed out to a pretty little brown girl and her sexy Asian friend, of whom I really did want to fuck. But that did not happen. Just letting you know right now, I haven't had any of that Asian persuasion yet. Furthest I've gotten was making out with an Asian girl. She was like a lot older than me. It was kind of sexy. But anyways, I handed the flyer to this girl and her friend, and she started talking to me. Struck up conversation, and I got her Instagram, as I did get a few people's that day, and we started following each other. She hit me up immediately, and it was just nice conversation. Fast forward to like maybe 2 weeks later, Full Sail classes switched up, and I was in my math class finally, and guess who was there? Well, it was the pretty little brown girl. So we become desk mates because we were familiar with each other, and things were looking great. Things were chill. I noticed that she was a little off the rails because upon first meetings when we were in the class, she was very exertive about her life and the things going on, just sharing information that I personally wouldn't share at first, whatever, you know, like, I'm kind of a closed-off person sometimes. I don't like talking about really personal, heavy shit, but she was not the same. I also believe she was a Scorpio. Basically, one day, I noticed that something was off with her. She was less talkative, less informative about the shit going on in her life. I decided to ask, hey, are you alright? What's going on? To which, after class, we decided to have a very long sit-down, and she explained to me all of the things that was going on in her life, and what was wrong, what was really, really wrong, what had her distressed and whatnot. The conversation went fine. She confided in me, and I gave her some good advice. I just listened to her. And afterwards, at some point, I mentioned something like, yeah, you could always come to me if you've got problems like this, because I'm always down to be, you know, somebody to lean on. To which she replies, that's good to know, it's just hard because I am attracted to you. What? That was a surprise. That was a big surprise to me, especially because she did know that I had a girlfriend at the time. And she, in fact, had a boyfriend, which I don't think he had a problem with it. In the conversation prior, she mentioned that they weren't in an open relationship, but he was cool if she was fucking around with girls every now and then, which, tranny hours! Things are pretty normal, whatever. I remember that I mentioned it to my girlfriend, because I was kind of like weirded out about the fact that this girl kind of liked me, you know? I was just thrown off. I kind of didn't get it, but I mean, I am pretty sexy, so maybe it's a little understandable if the women can't resist sometimes. Probably the next class, me and the girl were sitting there, and at one point she goes, ah, look at this nice picture that I took. Hands her phone up to me, and when I turn my fucking head, it's like a lewd image, like really sexy, like really fucking hot. And I was like, fuck, you set me up, bitch. You set me up, you thought. Have I fallen into your trap? Meanwhile, I'm like, it's cool. It's a good picture, you know, not trying to be too much because I was really faithful and really head over heels in love with my girlfriend at the time. So I compliment it, turn my head, and keep it moving. I'm a horny ass motherfucker, and that picture was really sexy, but if I'm tied to you emotionally, I'm not gonna, you know, fuck around. It's just kind of the way that I am. Some background. My ex-girlfriend was into archery. She did classes for archery. I don't know why the fuck you would take classes for archery. I mean, we have guns. I guess it's an edgy, cool thing. She was a very edgy, cool person. So one day she messages me and tells me that for target practice, they have to bring in a picture of somebody that they don't like, or something that they don't like. I didn't know where it was going until she says, hey, send me a picture of that girl in your class. I was thrown the fuck off. Why do you want a picture of the girl in my class? Are you really gonna use her for fucking target practice? Why would you do something like that? What the fuck is wrong with you? We had an argument about it for a little bit. We didn't argue a lot at that time, but I kind of just, I guess I was confused, or I was uncomfortable with the fact that I would have to send a picture of this girl to my ex-girlfriend. I just didn't want her to see her. I didn't want her to compare herself to her. It was just a weird concept to me. But after, you know, a little bit of back and forth, I gave in, and I said, if you really want this so bad, then here you go. I honestly thought that if I argued against it enough, she would just be like, whatever, and stop asking me for the picture of the girl, but we were on it for a while, and she wasn't letting up. She wanted a picture of this girl. Should I give names to these people? We're gonna call the girl Tiara. So I sent a picture of Tiara to my ex-girlfriend, and you wouldn't believe what happened next. The next day, I wake up, do school, maybe even work on my comic, whatever I was up to at the time. A little bit of time passes, you know, you message your girl good morning, and then we went our own ways to do whatever we were doing throughout the day. Only for me to open my phone at some point and see this image. that's what the fuck I was actually sent. This image is so fucking iconic. I couldn't believe my eyes when I got it, and even to this day I kind of can't fucking believe my eyes. Partly because I guess it was dope that somebody cared about me that much, but dumped me a month or 2 later. I think she was just trying to flex her cock though, if we're being real about it. You know, Aries and their big fucking egos. At first impact, I honestly saw the image and thought, what the fuck have I done? It was the craziest fucking thing. It was even crazier when I got to class the next day and had to sit next to Tiara, well aware that this image was in my fucking phone, fresh out of the fucking oven. I don't know, it was a bit of an experience, I guess. Of course, everything in Paradise was fine. It brought me and my ex-girlfriend a little closer, in fact. I was kind of turned on by it, you know. I was kind of turned on by how outrageous it was and how she was going out of her way. It almost felt like to proclaim that I was hers. It was kind of hot. My ex-girlfriend was a bit of a fucking freak like that, though. I remember one time she asked me, who loved me the most, or something like that, or is there anybody who really loves you? And I was like, not really, like aside from family, aside from you, not really. But she had this fantasy of basically, she wanted to fuck me in front of whoever had previously loved me a lot. So I thought to my head about this one girl who I could consider was probably like in love with me for a while. And I was like, yeah, like maybe that, but it was just kind of an insane concept. Again, I was turned on because I'm down for that. I'm kind of a sick fuck myself, but of course I would never do anything like that. I guess it just goes to show how fucked up my ex-girlfriend was. Like, why would you want to do something like that? Why would you want to fornicate with me in front of somebody who really did love me before, just to rub it in their face that you're with me? Again, it's kind of unfortunate that someone really went out of their way to prove that they felt this strongly about me, or this obsessed, in a sense, with me, only to dump me not too long after. I'm not salty about it anymore, but at the time, it was really fucking bad. The funniest part about this story, is that when my ex-girlfriend did wind up breaking up with me, the first night that it happened, Tiara was the first girl that I called. And I remember, she was in my bed and I was just going absolutely bonkers on the pussy. And at some point, that image of her with arrows stuck in her face just was there in my brain, and I was like, god damn, it's a crazy fucking world, is it not? Really crazy fucking world. I felt bad at the time. I felt bad. I was like sleeping with her and just couldn't stop thinking about my ex-girlfriend.